Hey everybody, Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and the car we're looking at today is the 2017 Volvo V90 top trim inscription line. So we'll just start off with a quick walk around. We'll do the insides and then we'll go for a drive. I love the way the car looks. I gotta back up quite a bit because it's a station wagon. I love the wagons. My first car was a 1987 Volvo station wagon, and I loved it then. I love it now, wherever it may be. So what we're looking at is 316 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, all-wheel drive through a 2.0 liter turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder engine. All Volvo cars now come with that with the 4-cylinder. You know, most luxury cars are either 6s or 8s. But Volvo's going the minimalist route, which is very Swedish of them. Quick look around the back. Oh, there's a plane. Sorry, I'll talk a little louder. A nice clean look around the back. V90 badging on the left. The T6 trim, and I'll just zoom in a touch. There, it's got the inscription logo there, and the all-wheel drive. Dual tailpipes integrated with the bottom bumper. And there's a better look at it there. Gonna open up the tailgate. One quick touch of the knob, not knob, button, and there it is. One cool thing I'll explain when I close this. So here is your privacy shade cover, so you can remove it and pull it back and it hangs down like that. But the smart thing Volvo did is when the door moves right here, that moves as well. So I'm just gonna slide over here for a second. Just keep an eye on how this moves when you hit that button there to close it. So that's kind of cool how they actually, the privacy shade actually slides up, and the reason for that is it gives you a little more space as far as being able to access things back here, as opposed to it being down there and you gotta reach down. And yeah, so love that. Very, very cool feature. There's the ski pass through right there. Seats go 70-30. You can see the split right there. So, oh, there's another plane. Let me just close this up and we'll keep walking around. Gas tanks here, capless, put in 91 if you want the best performance. It's a luxury car and it's got a turbo and supercharged, so you should be doing that anyway. Quick look at the 20-inch wheels as a paid upgrade. What else do we have here? The rear seat. I'm not sure why Volvo gave me a second privacy shade, but anyways, not really important right now. So the back seat's actually quite comfortable. It fits 3, 2 comfortably. You still get that one person in the middle who doesn't have the best seat, but it's still a comfortable seat. Typical Volvo fashion, the headrests go up and down, which is very, very cool to give you a little more visibility. What I want to do is just quickly dip back to the rear of the car and show you that Volvo has made it easier for people who want to put the seats down. There's a button right here for the right and the left. Keep an eye on the right, finger there, hold it down. Whole thing falls down. Eye on the left. Same thing. And I put that little ski pass through up. We're going to close her up again. Also on this V90 top trim model, there is a bit of a sunshade visor thing, so no need to tint your windows. Just a simple latch, up, down, and that's the end of that. Another paid option here as I close that, full climate controls on the rear, plus right there and right there are your heated seats for the rear passengers. There's an upgraded Bowers and Wilkins audio system. I think there's 19 speakers. There's a lot, you know. For example, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, maybe that's a better look at it up there. One at the top, one with the yellow in the middle, and the one on the door. Anyways, that's enough about that. We'll quickly just scoot around again, and let's get a quick look at the front of the car. Very, very nice, minimalistic, but yet effective design. The Thor's hammer headlights, where's my finger? There they are. They'll be the day runners. Fog lights at the bottom right there and right there. Directional turning fog lights as well. Very, very cool. Cameras all over the place in here for the full 360 view. I don't usually do this, but I feel like I'm going to do it today, because why not? There is a trunk release. All right, there we go. It's in there. So just show you what's under the hood. There's a little yellow latch right there. So you push that down. Oops. Come on, we're taping, don't be difficult. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So Volvo's packed a ton of stuff under the hood here. Everything's covered and nicely hidden. Yeah, so this is where the 316 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque come in. Nice touch here. Washer reservoir is off to the side, so if you spill, it goes here and drains out, as opposed to having it somewhere here, somewhere there, where it could spill, get in the insides. All right, so that takes care of the outside of the car. Let's jump inside, get away from the plane. All right, sorry for the jumpiness. So what we'll do, a quick look here at the your middle console. Gear shift, start stop, drive mode, parking brake, automatic start stop, which kind of irritates me. I'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Beautiful walnut trim here. It looks good. I'm not really a fan of the wood on any car for that matter, but Volvo makes it look good. There's some wood paneling there, carries onto there, and in the doors. And a quick look at the rear, and it's on the doors there. So nice and simple. Oops, turn that down. So that's where we have the start stop. Kind of old Saab-ish with the start stop in the middle. I know it's not new to Volvo anymore. It's been out for a few years, but it's still more traditional. Sorry, not as traditional as the typical start stop button here or here. Look at the dash. All digital, pretty simple to understand. I believe it's 12.3 inches. You can change the themes. There's glass mirror, chrome rings, and this is the sport one. Steering wheel is so simply laid out. Let me see how far back I can go. Yeah, there you go. So that looks beautiful, nice and simple. Everyone knows all about the tablet-esque screen here. You swipe right and you get all of your safety stuff, and that folds the headrest, which is kind of cool. The auto start stop, what I don't like about it is that you should be able to knock it off from here, but for some reason the week that I've had this car, it didn't seem to work any of the time, so I had to go here and manually put it off. You know, first world problems, it's not going to affect any car buying purchases, but just for me, something that stuck out as a bit of an annoyance. And whenever you stop the car, it automatically comes back on. So every time you get in the car and you're going somewhere, you got to swipe right, push the button, and then do that every time. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just a small glitch. But anyways, I will start the car up again. Nice quiet start up, and right there, the red I guess sign says my seatbelt's not on, which is fine because I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm still in park. Everything's fairly simple to understand here. What you'll need the most of is by pushing at the top, and you go to your settings. That lets you customize the car any way you like. Half the people in the world are saying distracted driving, you know, let's be safer, and the other half of the people are saying, well, I want more technology, I want everything to be touchscreen. You can see here there is but one dial, and that's your volume, your four-way flashers, your front windscreen, rear windscreen, and shifting the channels. On your home button as well, which takes you back to your main screen, which I have set up as navigation, audio, phone, and sound experience. The interior is beautiful. You know, simply put, it looks, close that. It looks absolutely stellar. There's just enough of everything to really make it functional and classy, and it's a luxury car, and this is exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Got your memory seats, 1 and 2, 3 more speakers. So what do we got? 3 per door. 3 times 4 is 12. That really cool looking speaker there. Struck me as odd the first time I had it. I think it was in the XC90 a couple of years ago, but I'm used to it now, and it's fine. I'll I'll give it a passing mark. The sound experience with the Bowers and Wilkins, you do all sorts of cool stuff. So you got the studio, the individual stage, concert hall, as well as your tone and your balance and all that stuff. So the audio here is absolutely fantastically, amazingly remarkable. How's that for a bunch of adjectives? There is a panoramic sunroof. Come on. There we go. Sorry, the controls are where I was using control I was using is right there, you know, one button to rule them all. So tons and tons of light that comes into the cabin here. Space wise right now with all the seats down is, where are we at, 54 cubic feet. Nope, that's not the back. There it is, 54 cubic feet. Put the rear seats up and you're down to 20 cubic feet. So there's tons of space for whatever it is you need. At the same time, the rear passengers have a pretty comfortable rear seat to be happy with. Steering wheel controls, a 12.3 TFT screen, 12.3 inch TFT screen, sorry. Again, everything's so easy to operate and find and work with on this side. You know, I'd like a few more buttons on the actual center console. I'm not going to get it, and that's fine. This is the way of the future. But I guess in the transition phase, I still wouldn't mind having a little more of the actual buttons and dials to turn. You open up your sliding privacy cover here. You got your 12 volt cup holders, and you reach in here. A little bit of storage for sunglasses, a wallet, USB auxiliary right there. And yeah, so I'm very happy with the interior of the car. Well laid out, well thought out, very minimal, and it's wonderful. I love the way that Volvo's done this. The more and more I drive Volvos, the more and more I get used to the screen, but you got to do a bit of digging. Another thing I don't like is this doesn't scroll when I change the channels. So here is the volume left and right and the channels up and down. So I'm just gonna keep my finger on the up button. Yeah, I can get them both. So right now we're on 80s on 8. Sorry, I'm gonna go on the down button. And oh no, sorry, I was wrong. Those are the volumes. This is your channels left and right. My apologies. Let me get rid of the volume on that. So we're on the CBC radio 3. I'm gonna push down. I'm on 34. I'm on 10. I'm on 9. Now I'm on 74, which is Bluesville, but this hasn't changed. I'm gonna do it again. I'm on 39. I'm on 38, and this hasn't changed. A little annoying because I'm, you know, I want to know what channel I'm on and be able to see it here and here. Again, first world problems, but the solution for that is that the channels are here as well. You can also have this set up to the navigation. Anyways, let's wrap this part up, and when I come back, we will do an in-car, moving car segment. All right, we'll be right back. We're back with the 2017 Volvo V90 top trim inscription line, and we've done the outside of the car, we've done the inside, so let's get some actual road time in. Put the car into drive, and off we go. What I really like about the Volvo, all Volvos specifically, the V90, are the seats are absolutely wonderfully, fantastically comfortable. I would take one of these for my kitchen. I would take one of these for my office. I would take one in the spare room. Anywhere I could possibly get these chairs, I would happily do it. They're just so comfortable. The leather's so soft. The V90 top trim, you move them all sorts of different ways. I think it's 12. I'm not entirely sure the exact number, but I found my ideal seating position fairly quickly. What else are we going to quickly talk about? Let's talk about the steering feel. It's not exciting, it's not boring, it's average, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a sports car, it's not a performance vehicle. You know, so it's not like Volvo's going to lose any points for this. 316 horse, 295 pound-feet of torque. The car has plenty of get up and go to do what it's supposed to do. It's not going to win you any races, but there is a fair amount of power behind your right foot here. Everything's laid out nicely. There's nothing that you have to really fish for aside from here. I'll get to that in a minute. Your wiper controls are on the right, your lights and your blinker is on your left. Direction for the air conditioning and heat is easy. Your mirrors, you can't see it in the video right now, but it's on the left armrest, nice and easy. You've got your USBs and auxiliary in here, 12 volt there. You put your phone here or here. You shouldn't be looking at your phone when you're driving anyway, but it just so happens that an iPhone 6, like I have, just lays down beautifully there. Drive mode selector is here. So yes, it scrolls, but to activate it, to make sure you don't do it by accident, you've got to push down and you go from eco, comfort, dynamic, and individual, which is where now you pick your own. I keep mine in comfort because, well, just eco I find drains the car's fun factor a little bit. Well, a lot of it actually. And sport, or dynamic, sorry, there's not really anywhere in Mississauga that you can take advantage of it. If it was rural Milton, north, somewhere where you had a chance to open up the car and see what it could do, then yeah, absolutely. What I'm not that I don't like it, it's just maybe I'm not used to it. And yes, it's been a couple of years that I've had Volvo press cars for. I think I've had everything in the Volvo lineup as of right now. I think I haven't had the Polestar, a couple of Polestars. It's been a couple of years for that. But anyway, for the most part, I've had everything Volvo has had to offer. So for example, I'm on the home screen now, and I have it for navigation and my audio and my phone and the sound experience. You can change these around to whatever it is that you use the most. If I want to go to the navigation screen, I've got to take my eyes off the road for half a second and tap the button. Not a big deal. The more you drive the car, you'll have that muscle memory to show you exactly where it is. But and half the people are saying we want less distracted driving, and then the other half of the people are saying, well, we want to have more technology, we want more touch this and touch that. So until there's a perfect solution, no one's going to be happy, and really you can't please everybody. The faster you realize that, the better off you are. So I'm in the navigation screen now, and it's easy to get out of screens, I've got to say, with the Volvo and their 9.3-inch tablet screen, because for me, I rest my hand on the gear shift, or I rest my palm right there, and I know I just stretch out my hand and I automatically get back to the main screen. So if I wanted to make a phone call and I don't know the number because it's not my phone, or whatever the reason is, that's my specific third one here. Pick my phone and do my thing there, and again, to get out of it, hand in the gear shift and home button, and I'm all set. Let's get going here. The steering wheel itself, I'm gonna quote the good people at Goldilocks. Is it Goldilocks in 3 Yeah, Goldilocks. BMW has a very, very thick steering wheel. Toyota has a very thin wheel. I like Volvo's because it's kind of got that nice sweet spot in the middle. My porridge is too hot, my porridge is too cold, or my steering wheel is too thick, my steering wheel is too thin. And Volvo has it, to me, down pat. The auto start stop, I want a quick note on that. There is a button here, oops, that has on and off. No matter how many times I press it, the engine does not come back to life. We are at the ready, so it's not on right now. What I have to do is swipe right, go to the auto start stop, manually deactivate it, and then engine kind of jumps back to life. I don't know if it's me not being able to figure it out. I've looked through the manuals and all that. I'm not sure, if I've missed something, but pressing the activate and deactivate button for the auto start stop should kill it or bring it back to life. But having to scroll right and tap that button every time I start the car can be a little annoying. I know, first world problems, but for nearly $80,000, well, the way this is spec'd, the inscription trim comes in at, what's my number saying? $66,050, and there's $14,000 worth of upgrades here. There's so much safety in this car. I'd say it's unbelievable, but it's typical Volvo for you. So there's blind spot monitoring and lane keep assist and pedestrian detection and cyclist detection. There's so many. There's so much. I'll put these in the comments section, or sorry, the description section of the video. And you can also, oops, one sec. You can activate or deactivate some of the things. So again, swipe right to get to your car functions, cross traffic alert, distance alert, lane keeping aid, park assist, blind spot monitoring. There's heads up display on this specific trim, sorry, this specific option package on the trim. I don't like the heads up display. I just don't. It's not something that I personally see a benefit in, because I grew up driving cars that just had the regular dashboard, the old analog rollover, not speedometer, not tachometer. Anyways, you know what I mean. Yeah, I find it a little distracting. I can see the benefit for it. I don't like it myself. There is the park in and park out feature, which is pretty handy and fancy and cool. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but maybe I will. And if I do get a chance to, I will tack it on at the end of this video. So I think that pretty much wraps up the the on-road portion of it. I know my videos are a little longer than people are used to. I try and keep them under 20 minutes. My last one was, I believe, 10 minutes. So I'm not going to turn around and look at the camera till I stop the car and put it in park. 8 minutes, not bad. Oh, there I am. So Volvo V90 final verdict. I love it because it's a wagon. I love it because it's got all-wheel drive. It's got plenty of power and torque. It's luxurious. It's comfortable. There's a lot of things in its favors. The design work alone is absolutely wonderful. The jury's out on the 9.3 touchscreen. I like it overall. I'm used to it. I had the V90 cross country last week. I'm in this V90, just a regular V90 this week. So I'm used to it, and I've had other Volvos before, so I know how to get to wherever it is I'm going to. Some people might, not be a fan. They want more buttons. Right now, there's just the volume button, and volume dial, forward track, backward track, rear defroster, front defroster, and your four-way flashers here. Again, overall, I like the car. It's classy. It's simple. It's minimalistic. It's what Volvo does well. They don't need to be big and flashy and say, "Look at me, look at me, look at me." So with that, I will wrap this up. Questions or comments, please feel free to chime in, and I will have another video up on, I'm not sure. Tune in to find out. All right, thank you for watching, everybody.